whilst Peter Obi, Labour Party presidential candidate, and Atiku Abubakar, PDP presidential candidate, are busy visiting the tribunal courts for clarification on the declaration of INEC of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect. Well, to further solidify the transition of power from Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, the president of Nigeria, to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the wife of the president and the wife of the president-elect, and of course, with the vice president's wife, decided to do a tour around certain parts of Aso Villa. This, like I said, is to further solidify and to erase that talk on the streets that power will not be given to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Simply said, May 29th swearing must happen and will happen, regardless of the case that has been presented in court. Aisha Buhari did the honor of showing Remi Tinubu and the vice president's wife all over certain parts of Aso Villa called the Glass House. And she maintained that the tradition of that particular part must be kept. A lot of people got talking. They said the case is still in court and we are working towards making sure that the mandate that has been stolen is returned back to the rightful owner, who, according to certain people, it belongs to Peter Obi, while some say it belongs to Atiku Abubakar. But this move of Aisha Buhari shows that they are not waiting. They are simply showing to the world, showing to whoever it is out there, that power will be handed over. Now, this, like I said, has created some talks. People are saying, why don't you remain patient? Allow the court to decide. Allow the tribunal to conclude. Let the court conclude its hearing and the final decision be made before you begin to show the president-elect or his wife certain parts of Aso Villa. Well, I do not know what your own thoughts are as regards this one, but it seems to be something that has been done and already concluded. President-elect will be moving into Aso Villa. If you want to take your case to the court, take it to the court. But then we have all been talking about fast-tracking tribunal all over Nigeria. We are not just talking about the presidential elections and contention. We are also talking about every form, every either from the state, wherever. We are saying fast-track it and let it be efficient. Not just to be very quick about it and come out with something that does not make sense, decision that does not make sense. Let it be a conclusive one and let it be, let the hearing, let every individual, every person, let the members of the tribunal, the judges, let them be people of integrity. There must not be any form of lies or manipulation. These are what people are saying, how they're on the streets. But then, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's wife, Remi, has been taken around. I want to believe that they have already moved into Aso Villa. Their properties and things have been moved in there. Or maybe they will be doing some kind of, renovation and trying to make it look, maybe they are trying to kind of, they are trying to personalize it. That's just it. They will be personalizing wherever and whatever. Although it's just going to be used for either 4 years or 8 years. Now that the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari, has taken Remi Tinubu and the vice president's wife all over certain parts of Aso Villa, let us hear what she has to say.
Glass House is a transitional home for the outgoing presidents. It's not meant for ordinary citizens of Nigeria, to be precise. It's like part of the main residence. It's not for everybody, but it's for the president who was elected and for his special guest. I'm advising that the Glass House should maintain its tradition of being a transition, for the outgoing presidents. So, as I'm talking, I think it has to remain so as a norm of the institution and of the House.
First, I want to thank God for the life of Mr. President and the First Lady, for how God has kept them throughout their 8-year tenure. And despite they finished their tenure, I believe that, with the wealth of experience that Mr. President has and the First Lady, that, will be needing their counsel from time to time. I've gone around and she's magnanimously showed me around the house and graciously explained a lot of things to me. I believe that, God will help me, when we move in by the grace of God. And then, we will be able to make impactful contributions to the nation.
Welcome back. Now, what are your thoughts? What are your reactions? Because out there on social media, there is this buzz amongst obedience, amongst those who believe in the judiciary, amongst those who are still waiting on the outcome of the judiciary. As you know, the hearing of the tribunal is still ongoing and they have adjourned the case till certain dates close to the swearing in of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. According to legal professionals, I'm talking about senior advocates such as Femi Falana, he said that the president, that is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, can be sworn in, that is if the court is not done with its investigation and conclusion, that once the results of the tribunal is presented, the final verdict of the tribunal, if Bola Ahmed Tinubu won, he will remain there. If Peter Obi won, Bola Ahmed Tinubu will have to step down. If Atiku Abubakar won, then Atiku will step in as president of Nigeria. This is as simple as it is. But there are people who are skeptical. They are saying, just like people who believe in the judiciary, they say once Bola Ahmed Tinubu steps in there, that is the end of discussion. Will the judges be willing to do away with huge amount of money that might be presented to them or opportunities that might be presented to them? Would they want to offend Tinubu? These are the questions that are being asked, here and there. There are people who are saying, how it works in Nigeria. Once the president steps in there, is in charge of the judiciary, is in charge of just everything. And this is what we are getting wrong. This is what we should not accept. It is not supposed to be. The president should not be the alpha and the omega. It shouldn't be the beginning and the end. It shouldn't be the head of, and it shouldn't even control the judiciary. All of these are supposed to work synchronously, not being oppressed or controlled by the other. But unfortunately, the tiers of government do not work that way. The president can deal with legislators, deal with senators. The president can deal with the judiciary, with the judges. This is how it works. They either sack you, ridicule you, disgrace you, threaten you. This is not supposed to be. This is not acceptable. But I don't know what your conclusions are as regards this one. Do you think this is just a show for people to believe in the swearing in, or it has nothing to do with what is going to happen before May 29th? Are we hoping that the judiciary will come with that final conclusion on this case? Don't forget to like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.